I used to do stand-up a lot, but I haven't done it in a long time. And I'm actually doing stand-up again, not so much out of my, thank you. But I'm not doing it so much out of my love for the art form, but more out of a celebrity beef that I have going on. And I know, so I have a celebrity beef. My celebrity beef is with Neil deGrasse Tyson. And I know that sounds like the setup to a joke. But I'm telling you right now, well, there is going to be a joke, but my beef with Neil deGrasse Tyson is real. And it's not like about a thing. It's not like he said something and I was like offended by it, and then now I have a beef with him. He personally hurt me. He did something that was targeted directly at me, and so I'm going to talk about that now. So a while back, like I said, I don't really do stand-up that much anymore, but I still love jokes. I love jokes. I still like to write jokes, and I will sometimes write a joke, and I'll put it on Twitter. If it's good enough, I'll put it on Twitter. And I wrote a joke about Neil deGrasse Tyson. And I looked at that joke and I was like, that's a really good joke. So I put it on Twitter. And nothing happened for a little bit. But then my dear friend and comedian and writing partner, Hari Kondabolu. Does anyone know who Hari Kondabolu is? Wonderful, wonderful. And I'm not name dropping. If I was, I'd pick someone better than that. But my dear friend and writing partner, Hari Kondabolu, was interviewed by Esquire magazine. And Esquire magazine asked him, do you have like a favorite joke right now? And he told them my joke about Neil deGrasse Tyson as one of his favorite jokes in Esquire magazine, a national publication. They printed my joke, and he said that's a good joke. Okay, so then a little while after that, my dear friend Hari Kondabolu, again, I'm not name dropping. I would pick a better. I was one time, I stood behind Steven Spielberg one time. So my friend Hari Kondabolu, he went on one of his many podcasts that he has. He has a podcast called Politically Reactive with W. Kamau Bell. Great name. And so he went on his podcast, and this episode, their guest was Neil deGrasse Tyson. And so they had him on there, and they were talking throughout the show. And then at some point, my dear friend and writing partner, Hari Kondabolu, brought up to Neil deGrasse Tyson that his friend had written a joke about him. And so Hari and I have been friends a long time. I'm not name dropping, but Hari and I have been friends a really long time. He was literally, and this is, again, none of this is a joke, as you can tell. He was literally the best man at my wedding. Not my current marriage, but a previous wedding that I had, that I was a primary, I was involved in. He was my best man. Okay, so he was on there, and Neil deGrasse Tyson was on there, and then Hari brought this up, and I don't know why he brought it up in this particular manner, but But he said to Neil deGrasse Tyson, my dear friend and writing partner, Ahamefule J, Oluo, wrote a joke about you that's not very good. And I'd like to share that with you. And he shared that. I don't know why he presented it that way. Again, we've been friends a really long time. This is stuff that we have to work out. I'm not sure why it was presented. So he presented the joke to Neil deGrasse Tyson. And Neil deGrasse Tyson said that he agreed with Hari that that was not a very good joke. He said, in fact, that it was a bad joke. He said it was a bad joke. He said that the setup was too long, which just doesn't sound like me. And he said that it didn't pay off. And then he offered another joke that he said was better. So what I would like to do is I would like to share the joke that Neil deGrasse Tyson said was better than the joke that I wrote. And then I'm going to tell the joke that I wrote. And you can tell me which joke was better. So the joke that Neil deGrasse Tyson said, that he said was better than my joke. He said, why can't you trust atoms? Say it. Because they make up everything. Now, it is not a coincidence that some fucking random lady in the audience knows the end of that joke. The reason why is because it's what's called a street joke. It's a joke that someone wrote 1 million years ago and has no relevance today. And okay, you're done. But that was his joke that was better than my joke. And now I would like to share my joke that I wrote about Neil deGrasse Tyson. And I know that you might be thinking, it's been a really long time. It's been a really big buildup. There's no way that the joke that you wrote about Neil deGrasse Tyson, that Neil deGrasse Tyson didn't even like, is going to live up to all the hype that you have given it here in this pizza place. And I would say that I don't agree with you. That I think, in fact, after all this time, standing here, telling this joke, that I will be able to tell you the joke that I wrote about Neil deGrasse Tyson, and it will still have its full impact. Okay. What do you call Neil deGrasse Tyson pouring champagne all over his naked chest? An Astrofizzy tits. That's fucking right! No one laughed at your dumb atom shit, Neil deGrasse Tyson! So, this is the second time I've told this story. And I'm gonna keep telling this fucking story until Neil DeGrasse Tyson stays in his own fucking lane. I'm Ahamefule J. Oluo. Have a good night.